ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and sponsors, tonight I have the pleasure and the privilege of introducing you to the woman who is setting the trend in and changing our understanding of health and healthy living. Please join me in a warm Toronto welcome to the woman who gave birth to the science of nutritional immunology, Dr. Jo Fei Chen.
I'm so very happy to be able to come to Toronto. I really miss it here. You've got such a pretty city. I was going to be here last year, but due to SARS, I wasn't able to make it. So, just want to tell you how excited I am. Do you know, as humans, we all have the ability to live until 150 years old. But yet today, we're only living until we're in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. When we live until we're in the 90s, we think it's a miracle already. But scientists are telling us that we as humans, we all have the ability to live until 150 years old. If we take a look into the hospitals and into those death certificates, every single one of them, not even one that says we died from a natural death. In fact, all of us, we die from diseases, illnesses, all the way from cancer, heart disease, diabetes, tuberculosis. We don't die because of our age. So, this evening, I'd like to discuss with you why. Why are we not living until 150 years old? And most importantly, what can we do so that we can live until we're 150 years old? When I was doing research in the university, we used to publish our data outside the laboratory door. So one day, I decided to write this big poster. And it says, laboratory conclusion. And I posted it outside my door. It reads like this, very simple. It says, please do not drink water and don't breathe the air. It contains cancerous agents inside. So some people walk by. They stare at my poster. Some people laugh, walk away. Others, they will stand by the poster and kind of ponder upon my poster, and then they walk away. So, my question is very simple for you. Which way do you die faster? Holding your breath or getting cancer? Well, some people say, I have to drink better water. So, without pesticide, I want to eat organic food and everything. But what about this air of ours? This is the only air, and we have to breathe it. And within the air, with all the exhaust from cars in the industry, we're able to detect cancerous agents inside. Whatever we're breathing into our body goes directly into our blood. What we eat still gets disinfected by our stomach. So what are we going to do about this air of ours? Does that mean we should starve ourselves to death or just hold our breath? No. Why? It is because we've all got an immune system. We all have a defense system. Without a defense system, we don't need cancer. We do not need a virus or bacteria to kill us. Without a defense system, without an immune system, a single dust in the air is enough to kill us. So, today, whenever we're sick, we will go to the doctor and we will ask the doctor, saying, Doctor, why am I sick? What is the cause of my illness? What is the root of my problem? And the doctor will usually tell you, well, if you've got AIDS, he's going to tell you, well, it is because of this virus called coronavirus. That's why you've got SARS. If you've got a sore throat, he's going to tell you it's because of streptococcus, a bacteria. So what are we saying? We're saying to ourselves that the cause of illness, it is due to a virus or a bacteria. That's what we're saying. Well, if this is completely true, wouldn't it mean that as long as we get infected with the coronavirus, we should all come down with the symptoms of SARS? Wouldn't it? Does it mean that whenever we get infected with the HIV virus, we should all come down with the symptoms of AIDS? Would it mean that whenever I get infected with the flu virus, I should come down with a cold? Well, reality shows us that's not true. Many of us, we get infected with the same flu virus. Some of us were sick for 2 to 3 weeks. For others, we're okay. We're immune to it. But yet, do you realize that yearly, 250,000 people to 500,000 people actually die from a common cold? They die from a common cold. So, what it is telling us is the virus, the bacteria, is not the only cause of illnesses. We're finding that about 5% of the individuals that get infected with the HIV virus, they never came down with the symptoms of AIDS. After 5 years, 10 years, they are healthy. They never came down with any symptoms of it. The same with the same coronavirus. Last year, all the way in China to Hong Kong to Singapore, some people get infected and they've been tested positive for SARS, but the only symptoms they've got is just like a common cold, and they are well within a week. And others, they die from it. So, what are we saying over here? What we're saying is that the real cause of illness, the root of the problem, is not merely a virus or a bacteria. It is the functioning of our immune system. Why do I say it? Well, take a look into this theory. What we have proven is, we have proven that all people with the symptoms of AIDS, they all have the HIV virus inside them. But we have not proven that the HIV virus causes AIDS. If you do have a very well-functioning immune system, you will be able to defend yourself from most illnesses. Let me give you another example. Well, let us say, take for example, Mr. Brown. Okay, now let's call a guy Mr. Brown and say, Mr. Brown got a cold today, and he came to this meeting. He's sneezing, he's coughing, he's got runny nose, and everyone scares of him. Why? Because we're afraid that we'll get infected with his cold. So out the door here comes some reporters and they want to do an interview. So they want to interview some of the people sitting around Mr. Brown. So they want to interview Mr. Wang sitting beside Mr. Brown. And he says to Mr. Wang, he says, Mr. Wang, why did you catch the cold? And Mr. Wang says, you look at that guy, that Brown over there. He's got a cold. He's sneezing, he's coughing, he shouldn't come to the meeting. I got the cold, it's all because of him. Okay? So the reporter went to another guy on the other side of the meeting room. And he says, well, tell me, Mr. Black, why didn't you catch the cold from Mr. Brown? And Mr. Black says, well, look, I've got bright eyes and I've got a super sensitive nose. So, whenever I see Mr. Brown sneeze and I see that virus, out in the air, then, I see the virus floating in the air coming towards me. At that time, I would just hold my breath and I wouldn't even breathe. And then I would watch it. And when I see the virus flies away, flows away, then I start to breathe. Therefore, see, I did not catch the cold. Okay? So, my question to you is quite simple. Is this possible? No, right? It's not possible. So what does it mean? It means when Mr. Brown sneezes, the virus is going to be around in the air. So, people close to him, they are going to breathe in the virus into their system. But yet, why some people come down with a severe cold? Some people even die from it. And others, they may not even have any symptoms of it.